It smelled wrong, too sweet, too floral, like the kind of perfume someone wears to mask something rotting beneath. I stared at the mug, steam curling from the surface like fingers reaching for my mouth. My daughter-in-law smiled, too wide, too rehearsed, and set it down on the kitchen table like a ritual offering. "Made specially for you," she said. Her tone was syrup, but her eyes didn't match. There was no warmth behind them, just calculation. I thanked her and didn't drink, not immediately. I watched her leave the room, her footsteps fading, then turned to the other mug on the counter, the one I'd seen her mother sipping from moments before. I made the switch. She wouldn't notice. They never do when they think they're smarter than you. 1 hour later, her mother collapsed, convulsing, pale, foaming at the mouth. No one looked at me. No one had reason to, but I knew something they didn't. That coffee wasn't meant for her. 2 days earlier, my son sat across from me, eyes lit with feverish ambition. His tone was polished, practiced in the mirror, no doubt, but beneath it, I saw what I always feared I'd pass down to him: entitlement. "I need $100,000, he said. "It's for a business. Tech startup, AI, huge upside." I asked him to show me the model, the numbers, the risk. He didn't have any, just a pitch, just promises. I told him no, not angrily, not condescendingly, just no. He didn't protest, not right away. But the next morning, I noticed my office drawer had been disturbed. My safe moved slightly. Not opened, but handled. He didn't speak to me that day, but his wife did. She brought cookies, complimented my patience, made a fresh pot of coffee just for me. I'm not naive. I've sat on boards where men lied with smiles and ruined empires with contracts. I know the scent of manipulation when it lingers in a room too long. I didn't drink it. I just watched, waited, and learned. She started checking if I'd finished my cup. Casual questions, light banter, watching too closely, clocking every sip. When I poured the rest into the plant pot outside, her expression didn't change, but her fingers curled against her side. Subtle, controlled, but I caught it. I began investigating, quietly. I sent the coffee to a lab under the guise of a concerned flavor complaint, asked for a talk screen. I reviewed the security footage, nothing obvious, but then I checked the house's internal Wi-Fi logs. Her phone had connected to my study's smart lock system 2 nights in a row, after midnight. My son's account had recently been added as a new admin. I checked his financial records, not through him, through my personal banker. 3 flagged transfers, small but frequent, all to a dummy corporation. Guess who the beneficiary was? Her, my daughter-in-law. It wasn't a startup pitch, it was a shakedown. And when I said no, they tried something else. The lab results came back. Traces of digitoxin, a cardiac poison. In low doses, it wouldn't kill me, just mimic the early signs of heart failure. Confusion, weakness, slurred speech, just enough to start a story. He's not well. He's getting old. He should retire. Maybe sign over power of attorney, for his own good. I printed the report. 2 copies. I handed one to her as she cleaned dishes in the sink. Didn't say a word. She stared at the paper, lips parting slowly, the color draining from her cheeks. "This isn't," she started. I didn't answer. She turned, called for my son, panic rising now, voice trembling. He came running, saw the report, and froze. His hands shook. I stayed quiet. Let the truth hang between us like smoke in a locked room. I called the family to dinner that night, all of them, my son, his wife, her parents, my brother, my lawyer. I raised a glass halfway through. "To clarity," I said, then handed my lawyer a folder. Inside, copies of the lab report, financial trail, and an affidavit prepared that morning. My will had been changed. Everything I built, the estate, The stocks, the legacy, was going to my granddaughter, 8 years old, pure, unspoiled. Until she came of age, it would be managed by trustees outside the family. No access, no loopholes. No second chances. My son tried to speak, but I held up a hand. You tried to poison your own father. He went quiet. She cried. Finally, real tears or performance, I didn't care. I didn't raise my voice once, didn't need to. Sometimes silence is the sharpest knife. They left that night with their lives intact, barely. I watched their car disappear down the driveway. Two people who had everything, and ruined it trying to steal more. I sat alone in the dark kitchen afterward, sipping a different cup of coffee, one I brewed myself. No poison, no perfume, just bitter, black truth. And it tasted perfect. They thought they'd outsmart me. They forgot I taught them how to play the game. But I never taught them everything. I kept one lesson for last. Never bet against a man with nothing left to protect, but everything left to expose.